June 29th, Courage to Change. After some time in recovery, I picked up a blueprint for progress, Al-Anon's Guide to Taking a Searching and Fearless Moral Inventory, Step 4. I was well aware of many character defects, and I was eager to be free of their hold on me, but I didn't expect so many questions about my character assets. Again and again, I was asked to recognize positive qualities about myself. It was frustrating. Why waste time on things that already worked? These assets hadn't kept my life from becoming unmanageable. Obviously, they weren't worth much. My sponsor suggested that my resistance to this part of the step might have something to teach me. He was right. Eventually, I realized that my assets are the foundation upon which my new, healthier life is being built. Refusing to recognize them just holds down my self-esteem. As long as I see myself as pitiful, hopeless, and sick, I don't have to change. I knew I was ready to feel better about myself, so I gathered up my willingness and listed all the positive attributes I could find about myself. I felt much better about myself ever since. Today's reminder. Today I will acknowledge that I have many positive qualities, and I will share one or two of these with a friend. Well, this is one of those things that is, you really have to work on, for sure. And it's hard because alcoholism in your family, it's a family illness, and it will tear you down. Its job is to tear you down and to destroy the relationship and anyone around it. I know that it sounds crazy, right? Somebody else's disease is trying to hurt me. Yes, it is. For some reason, the mental illness of alcoholism, it really is like a slow form of suicide. And it's almost like a serial killer as well. I tear up a little because this is hard to talk about, but that's really what it is. It's trying to kill the person that has it, and it will take anybody with them, whether it's family, friends. You know, when I used to work at that treatment center, and I had alcoholics and addicts in there. And whenever they were ready to go AWOL, they were ready to hit the gate, right? They were out. I'm out of here, right? They got to use like right now. They'd always try to take like 3 or 4 people with them, as many people as they could. Misery loves company. Okay? The mind of an alcoholic, we've got to remember, this is not the alcoholic I'm talking about. I'm talking about the disease of alcoholism. Okay? It's almost like being possessed. It's like having Mike Myers, like a split personality. And this alcohol, and it doesn't have to happen just when the person's drinking, right? They have a mental health issue here. Okay? So they are, they need to blame. It's never going to be their fault. And it's interesting. I might go all over the board here, but whatever. The most comments I get, right, I get a lot of comments on videos that I do about narcissism. And most of them are negative. People do not like what I say about narcissism. And they do not like to say that I say that a lot of alcoholics are narcissists. There is a huge, if you took those 2 circles and they cross over, not all narcissists are alcoholics and not all alcoholics are narcissists, but the circles cross over and there's this section of us that are, narcissists and alcoholics. And, people get really upset about that. And I believe they're narcissists. I believe they're alcoholic narcissists that really don't like it that I talk about it. They want to really keep people in the dark. They want to keep people around them ill so that they can do what they want. So the alcoholism can continue and grow. So that's what's happening with that. So when you live with something like that and it's trying to blame you, and it's beating you down because it wants to do what it wants to do. It does not want to be stopped. What is it similar to? It's like similar to I was thinking about when the dinosaurs on Jurassic Park, and they're trying to stop them on the computer, and they're coming in the doors, and all the power systems go down, and there's no way to keep them back. That's kind of alcoholism, and we're the people that are running around in the kitchen hiding. Here it comes, clink, 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 clink. Well, eventually you get like PTSD and you feel so shitty about yourself that recovery is hard. You don't even think you deserve it. You start to wonder if you're crazy. So this assets list is important. It's just as important as the character defects. For the character defects aren't as hard to do because the alcoholic's been pointing them out to you for a long time, right? You're bossy, you're controlling, you're a bitch, you're an asshole, whatever it is, right? So those are a little bit easier to accept because you've been hearing them. But the assets, right? You're generous, you're kind, you're understanding, you're romantic, you're, kind-hearted. And, those things are hard to believe when you've been around someone who's beating you down. So that part of the list is very important. And I always walk gently around it because people really can't do it. Like they just can't even accept that you're asking them to. So I always kind of present the list and say, why don't you just read through this and see if any of this resonates, and hang on to it through the weekend and see if, because your own survival will start to think. If you read the list and then later you think, well, that was kind of nice. I took my cart back up, to the grocery store or whatever it is, and your mind will start opening to the fact. But if I said to you, you know what, you are kind, look in the mirror and say, I love you, it's like, but if you can kind of read the list and kind of let it resonate with you and look at it in each situation that you have going on in your life, where are your strong points, and it's a big piece of growth, because the more you understand that you've made mistakes, but you're doing great. You can only do as good as you can. There's an old Jewish proverb, and I don't know how to say it in Jewish or Yiddish, but what it means is you can only jump as high as your dick. Think about that. It's true. You're doing the best you can with what you have, right? And if you knew better then, you would have done better, but you don't know it until now. So now's your opportunity to do better, and give yourself a break. Put down the whip in the chair. Okay, you can't cause someone's illness. You can't change it. You can't cure it. You can't control it. All right? So take it easy today. Love yourself. Have a great day.